Hey everyone, General Phoenix here, and today I'm going to be reviewing probably Chris Columbus's half bad and half good work that he's done, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I saw this movie back in 2010, and I read the novels before the film came out, and the novels are pretty good, and it's about demigods and where they go on adventures. I mean, it's kind of like Disney's Hercules for some reason. I don't know why. It just kind of does. But I did read the novels, and they're really amazing. And when I heard that they were making a film about it, I was pretty excited. And I was hoping that it would be a great film series like they did with Harry Potter. And I found out that Chris Columbus is directing the film. And I got really excited because he did the first two Harry Potter films justice. So I went to see it in February of 2010, and I was kind of disappointed and kind of amazed by it. And it was pretty good, and it had some flaws in it. I mean, Percy Jackson in the novel, he's 12 years old. I mean, if you read the novels, he's supposed to be 12, and he's like in high school. I mean, I kind of had a problem with it. I mean, but the actor Logan Lerman did a pretty good job as Percy. I just still wish that it would have stayed true to the novel, and the actress for Annabeth and the actor who did Grover did good. And I was kind of mad when people are still, they were mad when the other people were mad about Grover being black in the films. They should just get over that. I mean, seriously, that's just racist right there, if you ask me. I mean, seriously, it doesn't matter if the character is white or not. They were chosen to play the character. You give them that chance, and you'll see how much of a performance they gave. And besides, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, it was kind of good and kind of bad. But I did think Luke was a pretty good villain. I mean, before they get to Zeus in the film, Luke reveals himself as a villain. And he battles Percy. I mean, that shouldn't happen until, like, the end of the film. I mean, like they did in the end of the novel. I mean, if you read the novel, at the end, Luke is a villain. He reveals himself as a villain. And now he is the Lightning Thief. And that would have made sense, I mean, seriously, it would. I mean, I love the film, but I think the books are just more and more better than that film we got. And Clarice didn't even show up at all. She was supposed to show up, and she's the rival and the bully of Percy Jackson. I mean, why? Why did you not let her appear in the first film, but you let her appear in the second film, Sea of Monsters? What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Chris Columbus? You were supposed to make Percy Jackson, like, popular as the Harry Potter films were. I mean, that could have been great. You could have made the Percy Jackson films, great as you did for the first two Harry Potter films. I mean, well, yeah. But there is a scene that did feature Lady Gaga, and they had to eat those cookies, the lotus flower. I mean, seriously, when I saw that scene in the film, that made me want to eat some of them so badly, but I didn't want to feel what they felt. I mean, they kind of felt like they were on alcohol, if you ask me. But thank goodness I'm never going to drink in my life. Thank goodness for that, because I already know what it does to you and your career. So, yeah. And also, the CGI was kind of good and kind of bad, if you ask me. I mean, I still wish it was, done right. but I like the CGI for the Hydra. The Hydra CGI looked pretty good. And I always thought that there was a reference from Hercules. And then Grover would have said to Percy, "Will you forget the head slicing?" like Phil did for Hercules in the film. I mean, seriously, that was a reference right there. And I know that the Lotus Flower scene did feature Lady Gaga, which Looney Cat is a huge fan of. He loves Lady Gaga. And I know he does love Lady Gaga. You all don't forget about that. And, you know, it was kind of a good experience to watch in the theaters when I first saw it. Even though I don't own the DVD of it, but I'm glad I own the books, because books are pretty better than the films, because they are more details. But I'm still gonna give Chris Columbus a thumbs up for this film, because he did try his best, but he kind of had the flaws in it, but he still did a pretty good job. And I wish it was still true to the novels. Well, that's my review on Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. And I recommend that some of you, if you hadn't seen it, I recommend checking it out on Disney Plus, because Disney owns the rights to Percy Jackson now. And I'm glad that Disney confirmed a new reboot of Percy Jackson, which I'm really excited for, because it will be made into a TV series and it will stay true to the novels. And the author is pretty okay with this idea, even though he hated the films, because he did not like the films at all after what they did to his novels. But I'm very, very excited for the upcoming Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus. Even though it's still in development, I'm still going to be patient with them so they can get it right. So, thanks for joining me on my review. I'm General Phoenix. Peace.